The Stanley Cup. No, not that cup. The other cup, the Quencher. I was unaware of this cultural phenomenon until I saw these cups caged behind a glass wall at Whole Foods. I didn't know Stanley was out here causing mass hysteria. You can even pay rent with these things. Like, I'm not even kidding. They're literally selling for over $800 on eBay right now. And look, I'm not even promoting Stanley Cups, but if you can pay your rent by selling a bottle or two a month, look, I'm not gonna say don't do it. Maybe think about it. Some people want to be YouTubers. Some people want to sell Stanley Cups. Stanley is taking over the minds and wallets of suburban America, influencing our youth. You can even have dinner on it. Girl dinner, but dinner nonetheless. That's a full spread. You could have a full charcuterie board on this thing. The most in-demand cup in the world, the 40-ounce Quencher. Known for its durability, ability to hold 5 cups of water. Just an insane amount of accessories that you can even put on this thing. Just look at these. Who would have thought I need to keep my wallet on my water bottle, or a carrying strap, jewelry, your car keys? A dream scenario for anyone trying to rob you. I know one thing for sure, and that's you're not gonna be dehydrated drinking out of this thing. Some people take these on a road trip. I say don't. You're gonna have to be pulling over every 30 minutes. Think about your bladder. And the best feature about this cup, the selling point, it could fit right into your cup holder. I'm old enough to remember the Hydro Flask. Doesn't seem like that long ago I bought my first overpriced water bottle. They're probably still around, I think. Look, I'm still using mine. I even got a second, but when I bought it, I only intended to have one. And 6 years later, I bought a second one. Actually, I got it for free. But I have 2. I'm part of the problem. They're probably not selling as well because they didn't fit in anybody's cup holder or backpack or just about anything. Whatever the reason, Stanley's popping off on social media. Off of Target shelves, off in people's car trunks. This thing is on fire, literally. It's no surprise the new product is catching everyone's attention, but the question is, why are so many people interested in this cup? What feels like out of nowhere? We'll get into it. But before we do, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and like the video. I've really been appreciating all the feedback lately, so please keep it up. Before we talk about Stanley, let's get into the origins of where Stanley came from. In 1913, William Stanley Jr. had a dream, and his dream was to keep his coffee hot all day long. I can relate to that. I want that, but not if these thermoses keep burning my tongue. Literally, they keep it a little too hot, just for a little too long. Stanley would hate me. But Stanley used his welding knowledge to create the all-steel vacuum flask. In 1913, by the way. He named the cup the Stanley bottle. Clever for its time. Remember, this is when Coca-Cola still had the, you know what, never mind, let's not get into it. But a year after William Stanley was able to mass produce the Stanley bottle, he died. Fun fact, Stanley's son became maybe the founder of JP Morgan, so it's not all sad for the family. They might be rich or something, I don't know. Fast forward 100 years and things start to change in 2016, as did a lot of things. But 2016 was the year of the Hydro Flask, and if you wanted to be cool, you had a Hydro in red, blue, gray, white, silver, black. I guess silver and gray might be the same thing, but credit to Stanley. They took their shot and launched the 40-ounce Quencher, which would become the most desirable cup in 2023. But like I said, in 2016, nobody wanted the 40-ounce Quencher. But in 2019, a Utah-based guide called The Buy Guide, they were promoting the cup in their blog or IG. I guess they're kind of synonymous with each other these days. They gave 40-ounce Quenchers to all of their friends. Since they couldn't really find these cups in store shelves, they bought all the stock from Bed Bath & Beyond and Amazon.com. Sound like a boomer saying that. And they sold the cup, something Stanley couldn't do. Sometimes you get rejected for a job that you know you can do. Always submit that resume. I know there's someone out there that needs to hear that right now. Don't doubt yourself. Make them send you that rejection notice, or I guess their resume filtration system. But to their devastation, Stanley stopped making the Quencher. Full stop. They killed it. No more. They weren't selling enough. Even if the blog was able to sell, a couple Stanleys here and there, the corporation was like, fuck it, dude, I'm done. Nobody likes this cup. Stop making it. The Buy Guide was shocked. They tried to reach out to Stanley, but Stanley wouldn't talk to such a low profile Instagram account. I feel like that's on Stanley. Maybe just answer an email, say like, hey, we're not interested. So the Buy Guide got creative. They reached out to Emily Maynard, a famous person who had a kid, and boom, Quencher blew up. Who knew maybe having an influencer post with the cup and maybe marketing towards women would help sales? Not Stanley. Stanley was too busy trying to market the men like me. I actually did buy this bottle in 2019. I was waking up for work at 4 a.m. and I needed something that would keep my coffee warm. I just wanted to be manly, outdoorsy, and green. After making a name for themselves, Stanley decided to sell 5,000 Quenchers to the Buy Guide and said good luck. These things They don't sell. We tried. We made the cup. Well, Mr. Yelnats, they sold 5,000 cups in 5 days. And Stanley didn't even believe it. No, like they literally didn't believe it and said, do it again.
I'm tired of this, Grandpa.
That's too damn bad! You keep digging!
Not only did they sell 5,000 cups in 5 days, but now Stanley's telling them do it again. This just feels like when you're too good at your job and your boss is like, shit, now I have to give him more tasks to do, and just starts throwing random shit at you, rewarding your hard work with like more work. But also, who knew taking a risk and marketing to half the world's population might be a good idea for sales? And let's just say production started real fast after that. Last year, 2023, Stanley blew up. Their annual sales increased from 70 million in 2019 to 750 million in 2023. They started collabing with brands like Starbucks and someone named Lainey Wilson. And I don't really know who Lainey Wilson is. I had to Google search her. Turns out she's like a country singer. But Starbucks is when I found out about this contraption, this bottle, these videos. 2023 introduced the virality of Stanley and its fans. The most obvious example is when the Stanley Cup survived the car that was on fire. And the most impressive part about this is the ice was still in the cup. Not only is this insane marketing, but to top it off, Stanley gave this woman a new car and a new Stanley bottle.
Hey Danielle, my name is Terrence Riley. I'm the president of Stanley. And we've all seen your video. Wow, what an ordeal. And we're all really glad you're safe. I've seen a lot of comments that we should send you some Stanleys. Well, we're gonna send you some Stanleys. But there's one more thing. We've never done this before, and we'll probably never do it again, but we'd love to replace your vehicle.
Just imagine the resale value of that cup, probably in the thousands. They did say this would be the only time they did this because, I don't know, maybe they were afraid that other people would light their cars on fire. Videos of people fighting each other, running in the Target, tripping over themselves, stealing Stanleys, Valentine's Day Quenchers, Target insanity. They made this craze a spectacle. Employees filming these people running into Target just so they could get their hands on the newest Stanley. They made getting a Stanley an event, something you had to be there to experience. You had to actually go outside, which is interesting. Like no, they reintroduced camping outside of stores. You had to get there like before 4 a.m. You know, like back in the day. People used to do this for like Jordan shoes and video game consoles. To be honest, I hope this trend doesn't really come back. I'm not too interested in waiting outside in the freezing cold just to get my hands on the newest and greatest and best thing. One of the grossest trends that came out of Stanley Cups recently was water talk. You know, the community that hates water, hates the liquid that you kind of need in order to survive.
Okay, please go get your water right now and let's get this shit going together. Can't do it without ice. Can't display them all because I got too damn many, but let me tell you about these because y'all keep asking. Total fat, 0. Saturated fat, for our water with it. That'll do it.
Whatever the reason, these are water recipes. Some would say water cocktails. It's honestly just flavored water. But the reason I bring this up is because a lot of people making water talk videos were using Stanley Cups, helping the boom in the virality of the cup, growing the legend. And what better way to get the general public interested in Stanley Cups? High resale value. I like making money. You like making money. Everyone liked making money. Have you seen the recent prices for concert tickets or NFL games or just about anything? Artificial scarcity, affordability, and influencer marketing has really made these things valuable. Not only is the target audience women, but also those who want to flip these cups on eBay. Scalpers selling these cups for $800. Look, if I can get these grubby hands on a Starbucks collabed Stanley Cup, you best believe I'm going to be putting that thing on eBay. I might be going back to pick up a few more. Even with all the Stanley hype, I'm still pretty content with my Hydro Flask, even if I don't really use this thing anymore. I've kind of upgraded to my stealth black one. I sound like a Hydro fanboy. They've served me well. Maybe I shouldn't have said that. But the Stanley craze has to be coming to an end soon, right? It can't be continuing for the long haul. Well, we actually don't know. We'll have to wait and see. Maybe the Stanley craze is already dying off and there's no need to make this video. My only hope is that we stop seeing so many walls of Stanley Cups. You don't really need more than one Stanley Cup. I don't really need more than one Hydro Flask. Like, I'll be honest, maybe 2 max. 1 for a backup, maybe. Now I feel like I'm just promoting consumerism. Fuck. I'm quite quenched after talking for so long. I mean thirsty. I always get those two things mixed up. If you like the video, contemplate subscribing to the channel. But look, I can also make do with a thumbs up or a comment. And let me know if you're gonna be getting a Stanley Cup, or maybe you're already in a committed relationship with a Hydro Flask or a Yeti. Whatever your bottle of choice is, let me know in the comments below. And I'll talk to you next time. Later.